Hi, folks. I'm Darin Holden, Executive Director of Camp Anokijig. I'm coming to you today from high above Little Elkhart Lake's waters here in the new Centennial Lodge. And I'm so excited that it's finally here. And not just this lodge, but Anokijig Summer Camp 2025, our 100th season of camping at Camp Anokijig. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through that summer. We're finishing up week 5, and this week we made it through a heat wave at the front end of the week and a little bit of a chill here at the end of the week, and we had a great Harry Potter Wednesday in the middle. So this week's campers are just diving into their last days of activities, which will end up with a big beach party this evening and the final campfire and the awards ceremony. So as they finish up their week, now it's time for you to welcome your camper for session number 6. So they'll be starting that this Sunday. And session number 6 is going to feature our Renaissance Day, Anokijig's own Ren Fair going on right here. So it's going to be a great day. We're planning on a really great week, and we're really anxiously awaiting your camper's arrival for their outrageously fun session. Now, if you're a returning camper, you can expect the check-in experience to be very much the same as it was last year, with the addition of a few improvements we've been able to put in to help speed up that line that you sit in on the road to check in. So that goes a little bit quicker. Now, if you're new to Anokijig, or if you need a little refresher of what we did if you forgot from last year, I'm going to have you keep watching this video, and I'll let you know all of those details. Now, I do want to take just a moment to speak a little bit about the recent tragedy in Texas. Those kind of losses weigh heavy on the camp community all over the country, and it has weighed on our hearts here at camp. Can't imagine dealing with that at a camp. And it's our hope that you have those families in your hearts and prayers and your thoughts and prayers as we do here at camp. That being in the news, though, has definitely caused Anokijig parents to question what do we do here at camp? Here at Anokijig, what's our emergency weather procedures and our plans? And they're actually pretty comprehensive. So if you're interested in those details, I'd ask you to be sure to watch the other video that I put in your email where I go over all the details of our particular plan. We did have occasion to use our new storm shelter for the first time on Wednesday, and it worked incredibly well. Kids were safe in shelter there in about 3 to 4 minutes, and we were able to ride out the storm, and everybody's safe and happy. So do think about those folks in Texas, but know that we take safety here at Anokijig incredibly seriously, and we know you put your trust in us, and we'll live up to that trust taking care of your kids. So those of you who think you got the check-in details down, you can feel free to click over to your favorite YouTube kitten video, and we'll see you on Sunday. Otherwise, stay tuned. All right, so if you're still with me, let's talk through check-in. If your child is riding a bus to camp, the email that you got this video from will have the departure times for your stop. We ask you to arrive about 15 minutes ahead of time so we can get you all checked in and loaded and still keep on schedule. That time is actually the time we're hoping to leave that stop so it can make all the other stops along the way. You're going to be looking for either a big yellow school bus with a big Anokijig sign or a minibus that's kind of like a shuttle bus for an airport, and that one's decked out all with Anokijig logos. You can't miss it. Now, the staff on the bus will have labels to mark your camper's luggage. They'll collect any last paperwork or fees or medications or trading post deposits, and then they'll be on their way to camp and start their camp experience. Now, if you're bringing your kid directly to camp, then you would have been sent in your email a check-in window time. Basically, we split the camp up into 3 groups, so every 30 minutes or so, a different set of sections are coming into camp. Hopefully, this will make your check-in experience a little more pleasant and quicker so that we don't have 350 people trying to come all at once. Now, we do ask you to not come before your time slot. However, if you have multiple campers, you do want to come to the earliest time slot that is laid out there. Now, parking is a premium here at camp, So the schedule is designed to get a certain number of cars in and out without us having a traffic jam. So if you do arrive early, we'll have you park in a little temporary lot just off the main lot until spot clears for you to enter and have a parking space in your camper's designated area. So when you come to camp on the road, you're going to be met by a camp staff member that's going to put a sign on your windshield indicating your child's living section. And then you'll have another one put on if you are someone who needs to turn in medications. It's at that check-in time that you will officially check into camp. Now, if you have all your paperwork and fees in, you'll receive what we call a golden ticket. Could be green, could be orange, could be white. That ticket you're going to present to the staff when you get to the living area to signify that you are all ready to move in to the section that you've jumped through all the hoops. Now, if you don't have anything in, they're going to put a white placard on your window, and that's going to help the parking lot attendants direct you to the deck of Centennial Lodge right off the main parking lot, where the registrars will be there to complete that paperwork and then give you your golden ticket. Do note, however, that if you're turning in paperwork today after about 2 p.m., this is Friday, the office staff won't have had a chance to verify that information and make sure they got everything they need. And on that check-in clipboard on the road, it will likely show up as missing. So in that case, we do ask you to make the quick stop at the registration table just to verify we got everything straight, and then we'll get you on your way to your section. Now, everybody, as they come into the main parking lot, you're going to be directed either to your child's sectional drop-off area, or if you've got medications to turn in, that also happens at that new Centennial Lodge. The medications are on the lower level, right in front of the building, the registration right above it on the deck. So it's nice and easy parking. You check in your meds. Remember, you need to bring the medications in their original bottles or original packaging with the camper's name on it. We can't have the pills out in an organizer. The state doesn't let us do that because the nurses need to know what's in it. So you'll take care of all that, and then we'll send you to your camper's designated parking area. Now, when you get to that parking area, the staff member will direct you to a luggage trailer or a holding area for your child's section to put most of your luggage in if you'd like. Now, on the back of your section sign, the one that's on your window, is a map of camp. We'll ask you to gather your child's bedding and their swimwear. That's what they're going to need first. So please pack that separately. And you're going to then proceed to use that map to walk down to the section. The rest of the luggage guys will bring it in later for the kids to set up later. Unless you want to skip the trailer and just carry your luggage yourself, you're free to do that. When you do get to the section, you're going to meet your child's staff. You're going to exchange any information that you'd like to exchange with that staff. You're going to help set up their bed. And here's the tough part. Then we need you to say your goodbyes and load up for a safe ride home. Now, to alleviate those parking problems and traffic jams, and to allow the camp orientation to get started on time so they can get on to activities, it'll be important for parents to make that stay in the section 5 or 10 minutes, just long enough to get things set up. And then we ask you to head back to your car for that safe ride home. Now, during this time frame, the Trading Post, our camp store, which is located right in the main parking lot, it'll be open for you to visit and shop, or if you still need to make a deposit or if you want to add money to your child's account. We do ask, though, if you're going to visit the Trading Post, to still leave your car parked in that designated parking area and walk to the Trading Post. The Trading Post is an area that can get very congested, so we don't want to have too many cars there. Now, when you go to leave camp, keep that window sign that had the map on it and take it with you. That'll give you the checkout time for your child's section on Saturdays. That we're going to do in 2 big waves. One usually starts about 9 o'clock and one at 9:30. At that time, the kids and their stuff will actually be in those parking areas. Might be a different parking area that you dropped off, but they'll be all right there. So when we come in, we'll check you out on the road. We'll send you to that parking lot to get the kids and the luggage, and then you'll be on your way. We're also going to send you an email, probably on Thursday or Friday, that reminds you about that time, so that you can remember. I guess you'd say. On that sheet, though, Also take it because it's got the instructions for the Bunk One email service. Now, if you want to send kids letters back and forth, that's the way to do it. It also tells you about our photo site and how that works. Now, a word about the photos. Since we're way back in the woods, our internet is really a challenge. Uploading photos takes lots of time. We've got basically dial-up internet here, unfortunately. So it'll often take us about a week or more to get those all up online. So it should not be an expectation that you're going to see daily pictures of your child. We try, but I wouldn't count on that. We do try to post about a dozen or so each day on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to get a more frequent, say, snapshot of what's going on at camp, that's going to be your best source to do that. Now, our biggest concern has always been your campers' health and safety and their positive experience. And having come through the pandemic a few years ago, we learned that stressing arriving at camp as healthy as possible is really the key to that effort. They can't be safe and happy and healthy and have a great time if they're sick. Now, we're glad that we can now run camp as we did before the pandemic. We had to change all sorts of stuff to make that work. To this end, we're counting on you to be the most responsible parents that you could possibly be. Simply what we're asking is for you to do what you did back when the kids were in daycare or elementary school. Back then, they told you if a kid was showing signs of being sick, if they had a fever, they were showing symptoms of anything, keep them home until it's gone for 24 hours so the rest of the kids don't get it. You'll let them recover and they can find another time to come. We ask you to do the same thing for camp. If your camper is sick on Friday or Saturday before you come into camp, give us a call. Let us know, and we'll try to arrange something else. Maybe we can have them come a day later once they're feeling better and the symptoms have passed. Or maybe we'll find another session that we can slide them into. This is the only way we can really keep everyone safe and healthy, the staff and the campers. Now, I know it can be a tough call to tell a kid they need to delay camp, but we really need your help to keep it all safe. So please help us in that effort. So we look forward to seeing you here on Sunday, ready for great adventures, outrageous fun, and the experience of a lifetime. And then until then, I'd ask you to drive safe. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me at camp. Our number is 920-893-0782. And the email that you got this information in is my own email. And I monitor it all the time. So over the weekend here or between now and when you arrive, if you got questions or concerns, shoot me a message. I'll try to help you out as quick as I can so that you can be ready for a great check-in. So again, stay healthy, stay safe, and as we say here at camp, Rick Tick.